It's a real privilege to be here on another historic occasion. Now, all of you here will understand what I mean by that, won't you? Every time there is an event in Peter and Jane Evans' barn, it's an historic occasion. And I want you to remember that, because some of you who are going to live for another 30 or 40 years will remember this occasion. And isn't it lovely to see one or two young people here? I let them in for nothing, out of respect for the parents who brought them. Because it's so important that children know about what is going on when they're young and can have memories of it that will last them for the rest of their lives. This thing here is an historic occasion on its own. And the people who've made it happen, like Milady down here, whom we love to distraction, and Adrian himself, and Jan, and all of those people, Peter and Jane, and all of those people who have supported this mission, which it is a mission, something to be proud of for this area, and for the people who have done so much to bring this about. That this occasion, and what are there, 40, 50 people maybe here? You are important people because you're here tonight. And this will go down in the archives of this piano and its maker, Adrian Alexander Mann. I am privileged to have been able, because of my background in pianos as well, to be able to write something and record something of what this young lad has done. And he hasn't just done it for himself, he's done it for us all. He's done it for posterity, he's done it for history. And what a wonderful, wonderful occasion this is. Anyway, I've been persuaded to read something which none of you will understand except me. Adrian went and talked to the Piano Tuners Guild. Now, piano tuners are crazy people. I should know because I'm one myself. And they all are up themselves, if you don't mind me saying that, and have an opinion about everything in the world to do with pianos. So I can understand where this fellow is coming from. But listen to this and try to understand what this piano tuner is saying, tongue-in-cheek maybe, but there's some serious stuff in it too. Listen to it carefully. Mickey was having a heyday when Adrian Mann took on the challenge to build the world's largest grand piano. Now, the establishment has been officially given a right proper royal salute, and protocol dealt a blow that even the most seasoned concert goer is forced to see the funny side. The piano that Adrian has built is 18 foot 9 inches long. And it is that length for a very good reason. The shed he was building it in was that length. If the shed was bigger, the piano would also have been bigger. I'd have to question that, but there's a good point. The timbers used are a mixture of seasoned and unseasoned woods, recycled 4x2s, complete with rusty nail holes, and all glued together with PVA glue. This is all covered with veneers to hide the mass of mixed timbers, knot holes, and splits. So if we took the veneer off this piano, you'd see it all, but we're not going to do that. The key sticks are only 900 plus centimeters long. On my grand piano at home, they're 50 centimeters long. This piano, they're almost twice that length. Don't ask me how he did that. Adding their own problems with warpage. So let's fix it by gluing a sheet of aluminium to them so they no longer warp. The dampers are huge to stop the strings' vibrations. They have the leads in the heads. The rest of the action is traditional, with the action being bought in standard. The soundboard was made in place and contains hundreds of brass screws to hold it all together. Did this just happen to add extra weight to the board, meaning that weights need not be added later? A cast iron frame was going to be too big a challenge. Something else had to be designed. 20mm thick steel plate should do the trick. And while we're at it, let's throw a 40mm steel pin block pushed with maple plugs. 2 packs of welding rods later, one frame is complete. The stringing, as you can see for yourselves, is unique. This is the only piano you'll ever come across where unisons can be out for A0. The bichord extend to the very last notes. All strings are plain, no wound strings. When you look inside your piano at home, you look at the bass strings, you'll see they've got winding on them. This one doesn't. It doesn't. Nowhere, anywhere. It shouldn't work. But it does. You've all heard it. It works. It shouldn't work. A0 uses 27 gauge piano wires. No plans were followed. Think about that. No plans were followed, copied or produced for this piano. Everything was done purely by intuition and trial and error, often having to redesign and remake parts. The result is an amazing achievement that proves that there could possibly be a lot of hype surrounding our industry. The tuning of the piano is also done by Adrian. Who taught him how to tune a piano? I didn't. The Piano Tuners Guild didn't. There's more to that than any of you will understand. I understand, none of you will, but never mind. Think about it. The tuning of the piano is also done by Adrian, putting egg on our established faces. In other words, all of the piano tuners who were listening to Adrian's report and his talk to them suddenly think, oh. Now me, I took 5 years to learn how to tune a piano with my father, my late father, plus 2 years as an improver, as he called it. 7 years. All of these blokes who were listening to this also had an apprenticeship of 5 to 7 years. But we were geniuses. We didn't have an ear like this young lad. Where is he? Gosh, I'm envious of him. Pianists who have played the instrument comment that it even sounds like a piano. Most find it difficult to pull themselves away once they start playing. Ain't that the truth? There is a funny side to all this. Piano and performances are high class, complete with pomp and ceremony that is a classical piano recital. The prim and proper haughty attitude that accompanies the audience, well, don't bother getting into high fashion around here. This piano is situated in a farm shed that is accessed via a muddy farm track and the warehouse. I'm only reading the script. We're not suggesting that you get it concreted just yet. Right, the piano is situated in a farm shed that is accessed via a muddy farm track, and the wearing of gumboots is more suited than stiletto heels. That's right. Don't forget to bring your own camp seat either, otherwise you'll be standing, or if lucky, get to sit on a hay bale. That's what I love about this. The shed is often frequented by the odd chook, which at times may wish to lay an egg. Their preferred time for this is usually during the quieter passages of the music. the vocabulary of that interesting more than you do it this way. I noticed that when anyone would tell him something totally incorrect, his response wasn't in authority, but simply a smile or no response at all, other than a glance. For someone who began this project at 16 years of age and finished at 20 has been incredible. The inspiration to those of us who work within this profession is uplifting. Thank you, Adrian Mann.